ready for the acrylic paint part of your drawing. I have my shattered value worksheet right here that has my different value scales on it. I've already done my charcoal oil pastel colored pencil. I have skipped watercolor. Now I'm moving on to acrylic paint. When it comes to acrylic paint, you don't want to grab watercolor brushes. You want to grab acrylic brushes. They are a little bit stiffer. They're not so soft. They can either be white or they can be this golden color. You could also grab a bristle brush, which looks like this. They're a little bit harder. You do not want a watercolor brush because you can't control watercolor brush as well. So if you have any questions on if you grabbed the right brush or not, please ask me and I will tell you. You will also need a piece of cardboard because you can just throw this away. And you need black and white paint. So then what you do is, obviously, just like in any other one, you grab your black paint and you paint your little square on here using whatever size brush you need. Sometimes you'll need a smaller brush. I probably should have grabbed a little bit of smaller brush. And then you can do one of two things. You can keep painting and adding white to it, and I like to just add paint right to my brush, or you can actually mix your paint right here. So I could actually take some black and take some white and mix it so it's a little bit lighter, like so. I like to get most of the paint out of my brush. You don't need tons of paint in your brush. Then you can paint the next gray in here. You can blend that by just overlapping a little bit. Then you can add some more white. This is actually probably the easiest way to do it. If you get it too light, you can always add back a little bit of black or mix those in. See how I paint that in? Add a little bit more white. Too much paint. That's what happens. You get globs when you have too much paint in your brush. My palette always has a lot of different colors in it. Add more white. Notice I'm kind of adding the same amount of white each time. And then keep adding white until you get to white. Now obviously I don't want to use this brush when I want a pure white. I will want to just grab one of my other brushes. I like to use flat brushes. Some people like to use round brushes. This is a flat brush. This is a round brush. I'll make sure you can tell the difference. That one's not, I can't really tell much of a difference. I'm going to just add a little white to that. Like so, and keep going until this is an angle brush. You can use angle brushes, that's fine. Get to white here. And that's basically how you do acrylic paint. It's pretty easy, pretty self-explanatory. You probably want to do it on your actual drawing a little bit neater than I did. Stay in your lines, really control it. That happens by the size of brush you choose. I may have picked a little bit too big of a brush. You might want a little smaller brush. You don't want an itty bitty brush in a big area, so just be wise about the size of brush you choose and try to handle it as easily as possible.